Hey everybody! So it is a beautiful October afternoon over here, and I'm so excited. It is officially spooky season. Though to me, spooky season always starts at September all the way to November. Altogether fall. It's spooky season. Okay, so today we are going to do a little vintage haul and thrift haul I've been doing throughout the month. And also doing a little DIY on some old bottles I found with some wax. So that should be fun. Okay, so on to the bottles. Okay, so we got our wax here that has not been opened yet, of course. Just give me a second to find that seam. There we go. Now I got a candle here lit, so that way I can get these melted down. So we'll start filling about halfway up, roughly. And we just let him out. And yes, this is going to take a little while. Okay, so it's partially melted up some. So we'll start right there and let's do one that'll actually fit in here. So let's do this little guy. So you just dunk them in there up until where you want it. Let it sit there for a second. Pull it up. And yeah, you probably will get a little air bubble if you want to do this for yourself. Just give it a minute to kind of cool down before we give it another dunk so we can cap it off a little bit. Okay, so it's a little bit cooled. And we are gonna go for another dunk. You basically just keep on going until you get that nice thickness that you want. I just got red because it was the one of abundance that I got. Alright, we'll leave that one alone for a little while. Now as you go, you'll probably find bottles of different sizes and everything. Those you kind of have to needle on through. So always do it over something like wax paper or maybe the actual thing of wax that you have. That way you can use it again. But basically right here is just a building block. Alright, now we put in a couple more beads. Yeah, don't do the first 10 dye that just filled up in there. Just give it some room. So that way it doesn't overflow. And don't worry about any smoke or steam coming out. That's just the wax melting. And just let it go with the wax, let it melt and fill in those little gaps. Then you can kind of go around the rim a little bit. And you basically build and build upon that. And at some point, you'll be able to fit this into here, eventually. But either way, they're looking pretty cool, don't you think? Now our top here kind of busted, so we'll just put that in some more wax. And we'll let that dry, and we'll probably have to give it another dop. Alright, so this one I'm kind of gonna leave alone because that's a great base right there. And I shall put down some wax, make some seals that will fit right over that. But this one, since it's so tiny, I'm gonna have to do it through this. So since there's just like a little stub there, we'll pour it in instead. There we go. And we just let that dry. Now I don't have any apothecary labels just yet. I am looking for some. I might look online, see if I can find some good ones for free. And since I still have a good amount of wax here, I'm gonna see if I can use it on this. Just give it an overall cool looking idea look. All right, there we go. And that's basically all we're gonna do for these. And next time you see these will be all done and set up and ready for Halloween, which I shall be doing a special video on Halloween Day, so keep an eye out. It'll be lots of fun. Or at least I hope so. All right. Just put that right there. And turn on our little light here. Okay, so as you can see, we got ourselves a new picture here. Let me give you a better look. I honestly could not say no to that picture. It's just so fun looking. Now, I found this at the American Barn over here on Main Street, which I shall be putting on the descriptions below, so you can check them out if you want. And that there is a frame that I found at the store. The picture itself I found in an old book that I still got that I'm using. And come on, y'all, who says women back then were not, had little guts in them? And there is a reason why I kind of cut off a little bit of the picture. In that right hand, she's got a head of a man. I mean, it would have been cool looking, but still, I think that's a little much. And over here, I honestly thought that was cool looking. I found this at the art gallery here on Main Street called Cavello's, and she did an amazing job of framing it too. Don't y'all think? Anyway, she's got lots of great stuff, and she does not have a website that I know of. I'll have to look again. But anyway, just look up that name, and you'll be able to find it. And over here, as you can see, I got a curtain up. I got a pair of curtains up. I'm still working on it. And I think it kind of needs a sash right up in there to kind of give it an actual Victorian look, because right now it kind of looks a little bleh. And yes, I'll be putting tassels at the bottom to kind of frame it off a little bit. But I'm not sure if I want to do black or gold. What y'all think? Black, gold? Tell me in the comments. All right. And right here is my tea shelf. I finally have a place to put my tea. Because for the longest time it has been in tubs and cardboard. So, yay! Alright, so we got some pictures up there, which I fully admit that I went to Michael's and got a picture of a raven. Because, come on, y'all, I cannot resist that picture of a raven. It's so neat. Everything else I got at the town thrift store called the Gordonsville Emporium, or as I like to call it, Nancy's. And yes, that cool looking thing up there with the candle in it is from Nancy's. Come on, y'all. Tell me that is not cool looking. That is not a real candle in there. That is a battery candle, because I'm not that crazy. I admit to be nuts. I admit to be insane. But I'm not entirely, hopelessly, suicidal insane. Alright. Here are my teacups. A lot of my tea. Down here, I'm using for storage for writing stuff, a Christmas teapot, and a couple decorations. Because I don't usually go to the bottom shelf unless I have to. Just a little closer look of what's up here. The dahlias are not from my garden, but they are from a lady here in town that sells them, and they are gorgeous, perfect for fall. This little Brahma guy here, he is super old. When I say old, I mean I grew up with this guy. Let's see, he belonged to my 2 times great-granddad from Germany, because that is from Germany. It has a bumps, bruises, cracks, but he still works. Let's see. And these guys, pictures of the kids, are from Nancy's as well. They were buried in a corner in her shop, and I couldn't believe it. I honestly could not. And they are so neat. They're so pretty. And guess when I went over to Revivals on Main here on Main Street, that I found Michelangelo himself. And I am an admirer of some of his work. Especially when it comes to art, and he's neat. He's actually somebody I recognize, somebody random. And there is little Miss Tiggy Winkle. Hey! A cool little geode I found, of course, over at Revivals on Main. And I found this little lady over at the shop behind Revivals on Main called Weavers. And I found it kind of cool, toting a little gun there, going hunting. Also, while I was out over at the store, I found a gorgeous copy of North and South. Come on, y'all, who has not read that book? Out of all the fictional books I've read based on the Civil War, that is the closest to what happens on both sides. Gives you an idea of what actually happened, what the circumstances are, what's going on in the world. It's an incredible book. So at the moment, that is it until we have another episode. Though it shall be pretty soon because Halloween is only a couple weeks away. And I have been very busily, attentively working on my Halloween costume. Because I am not spending $50+ just on the main thing of a costume. I'd rather make it myself out of stuff I already got or can easily make, which I can do at this moment. I got most of it ready, just need to work on one more thing. So I gotta knit and knit and knit and knit. I am planning on making a Halloween jacket after this to kind of work throughout the year. If you'd like to see my little journey on that, give me a little jack-o'-lantern emoji. A pumpkin emoji, something. So long as it's kind of pumpkin shaped. So until then, I shall see y'all later. Bye.